Hey guys, so how much can a bookkeeping business make from someone's been making six figures on the bookkeeping business for like the last 10 years? So this is a really important topic because, when you're evaluating what is the best business model for yourself, one thing that's really important to do is get an understanding of like, is this actually worth it for me? Like if I am to put a significant amount of my life and my time into this, is there a return that I can make? And like what is going to really be it? Okay, so first things first, realistic versus unrealistic. So for our mentorship program, like also if you want some help growing like an accounting business and like maybe you've been trying to do it on your own, but it's just not quite going the way you want, or you're getting ready to get started and you just know if you had some help and like you wouldn't have to like make a lot of mistakes, go ahead and click the link inside the description, either above or below the video to book a call with myself to see if I can help you inside of our mentorship program. So when it comes to realistic versus unrealistic goals, it's going to be about time frame. Time frame and skills. Okay. So what do I mean by that? So what I mean by that is the shorter the time frame, the less likely you're gonna make a huge amount of money. So like I sometimes have people come and it's like, hey man, I've never made a single sale. I don't really have any like marketing skills. I don't know how to price out my services, but I need to make it to 10 grand per month in the next 25 days. Okay, that's unrealistic for most people. Like, yes, some people in our program, like, yes, they will get like 20 grand in like the first like month, right? But I would not bank my entire financial future on something new, giving you like, 20 grand, 30 grand a month. Like, think about it. Think about what percentage of the population makes over $200,000 per year. So let's actually, have you even done the math? 20 grand per month. Do you even know what 20 grand per month actually equals? 20 times about 12, $240,000 per year. You're probably going to be operating at, we'll say a 0.95 profit margin. Okay, so you might have like $20,000 on tools. Let's say that you're going to maybe have, that's probably what we're going to say is let's say they're going to be at the corporate tax rate. Let's just for, just for fun, just say 21% taxes. Okay. So that means you're going to spend 47 grand on taxes. So 228 minus 47. Okay. That means your income is going to be about 181, give or take, depending on how well you know the tax code. That is top 1% to top 2% income bracket. 1 to 2% income bracket. There's a reason why only 1% to 2% people do that. It's hard, right, to do that. It's not impossible, but it's hard. If you give yourself enough time, then you will definitely be able to hit that. You can hit whatever goal you want if you give yourself enough time. But to try and do what only 1% of people have ever done, and you're entering a new zone with no skill sets, that's a little bit much to ask for most people. Now, I'm not trying to crush your dreams. I'm just like trying to make sure that you have proper expectations. Because I see a lot of people like they'll quit their job and like think they're gonna be like a millionaire overnight with their business. And like I did that too, right? So like I saw like Tony Robbins, Grant Cardone. I was like, I'm gonna do this thing. I'm gonna kill it, right? So I quit my job prematurely, right? Now I had already started having like some revenue coming in. I was at like 3 grand a month when I quit my job, and like 3 grand a month in my business when I quit my job. But I could have waited till I was doing about 7, 10 grand a month before I did that. Would have been a lot less like, just a lot easier of a transition. But it's just not realistic. However, if you add, let's say you add 1K per month to your MRR each month. So after 5 months, 5K per month. Monthly MRR stands for monthly recurring revenue. Let me just kind of just define that real quick, just in case you never heard that term before. M, monthly recurring revenue. Okay. Why is that important, right? It's because yes, you can get cleanup projects and like a lot of our students like I'll say like, yeah, this person got to 10K per month. Yeah, but they probably were really collecting like 13 to 15 to 20 grand because they had cleanup projects on top of that. But I only focus on like the monthly recurring revenue because that's really what your career and your like livelihood is gonna be based off of, right? You know, it's cool to get cleanups here and there, like maybe like a $30,000 cleanup, a $10,000 cleanup, awesome. But I really pay my bills off the monthly recurring revenue, right? So going back, so after 5 months, you're at 5K per month. After 10, you're at 10K per month. After, let's say, 20 months, you're at 20K per month. Then it's about when do you stop? Or where are you satisfied? Right? But people are like, yeah, if you could indefinitely go and like and add $1,000 per month, why would you stop? It's like, well, I used to think when I was like first starting business that in order to really have a good standard of life, I would have to be making like $100,000 per year. But once I crossed 20K, once I crossed 30K, once I crossed 40K per month, that's when I was like, oh, life is a lot easier than what I thought, especially because like when it comes to the taxes, you're controlling the taxes. Yes, you can make estimated payments, but there's a lot of different like deductions and different things that if you know the tax code, you can really utilize to live a much better life, right? So when it comes to time horizon, if you see longer the horizon, the higher the higher probability of success. So going back to the first example, if someone said, could I make it to, with no skills, could I make it 20K per month in the next 25 days? I would not feel comfortable for 90% of people saying yes. However, if you ask me, hey, can I make 20K per month after a year and a half, 2 years? Yes, definitely. If you put in the work, you put in the time, you understand your pricing, your numbers, and then you're ready to build on a team, like right when you kind of hit that choke or constraint point where you don't have any more time, you definitely can. Okay. So time horizon is like very, very important. Next thing is this is kind of the financial starting point that I have for most people. Financial starting point. Okay. So, okay, let's say that you do 150K per year in biz. Probably let's say 170. Okay, we'll say 20K biz EXPs. That's business expenses. Okay. That means you're left with 150K per year. So I'm going to assume that your bills, just in this hypothetical example, are going to be, we'll say like 100K. I'm sorry, your bills are 50K, 50K bills. If you have higher expenses, I'm sorry, I'm just doing it just based off some simple math. You can blow up the example or shrink down the example to kind of match whatever you're looking for. This is just kind of what's worked for me and a lot of the students in our program. Okay. So it means you save 100K per year. Okay. So let's say after year one, okay, you have 100K in bank. Let's assume that you move these to investments. You INV the investment. You get a 10% return each year. Okay. So 100K goes to 10K increase, we'll say in year one. Cool. So that means now you'll have 110. Okay. Year two, you're going to have 200K plus, sorry, 210 plus, sorry, my writing's going to be a little bit bad. Plus, we'll say about 21K increase from investment, right? So now it's 210 plus 21 plus 100. Oops, plus 100. So now year three, you're going to have 331. We're going to say times zero point 0.1 plus 33K. Okay. So now after about this, what is that? 331 331 plus 33. Sorry, 331 plus 33, about 364. 364K at that stage. That's about 4 years. Okay. So let's say that in year four, you sell the business. Okay. Or you sell clients, or you sell off clients. You have the choice. You don't have to sell the whole business. You can sell off like just a book of business. So maybe you want to sell off like 50% of your clients, 70% of your clients, whatever the case might be. Okay. So we're going to sell it for about a 2x multiplier. Now, let's assume that like your business didn't grow any from like the first step that we were talking about, right? So it's 2x multiplier on this. So 170 was your original business. 170K times 2 mm, 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 equals 340K gain. Okay. So now are we doing boom, boom, boom. So you had 364 up there from the business. So 364 plus 340. This actually should be actually a little bit more because you would have added in that first year 364 times zero point 0.1, 36 INV year four. So your principal is going up. So 36 plus 364. You should have 400K plus sale of business, sale 340K. Okay. So what is that? 740 right there. Cool. 740K. Let's say that you have to pay a little bit of taxes. I'll just do it. I'm doing tax at the end just to keep it simple. Let's say you're doing that 21%, 0.21 equals 155.4. So 740K minus 155. I'm just gonna round down K. 740 minus 155, 585K net. So that's $585,000 that you've gained in 4 years. Why is that significant? Um, because if you notice, what is that investment gain that we were shooting for every single year? 10%. So what's 10% of 585,000.1? That is 58.5K per year. What were your original bills? We said the bills 50K per year bills. That means if you do nothing, no work, nothing, you have covered your bills. From there, you can choose to restart the biz or do something else. You have options at that point, right? So this is really where the math starts going. If you notice, this was only 4 years. So like, some people they'll come to me like they're maybe like, 65 or probably like 55, 62, and like maybe they don't have like a huge amount set aside for retirement. Like maybe they have, maybe like they have 500K, maybe 750K inside the bank, right? Or in their 401K or whatever, right? And they're like, I'm either gonna have to work a lot more into, my older age, or I have to get something that can give me a vehicle that can give me some money, some good passive income kind of moving forward. So this does both. It's the best of both worlds. Now, if you already had 750, then you add about 585, 750 plus 585, now you're at about $1.3 million, right? And that's enough for a lot of people to be able to live off of, especially like if you're getting closer to like when Social Security starts kicking on and stuff like that. So, you have options, you have different things available for you if you can put in the time to go and grow the business. So, is it worth it? Yes. I have a student in my program. In my program, he has made 40K per year. Sorry, 40K per month off of taxes for last 40 years. You might be asking Bryce, why isn't your program he's making 40K per month for the last 40 years? Okay. Was it 40? Yeah, he started in 1980. He started because that's literally doing taxes. Like all he did, like all from taxes. He couldn't figure he was having trouble really understanding how to price out bookkeeping services and how to consistently get bookkeeping services, right? But if you think about it, so what's 40,000 per month times, let's say it's 12 months out of the year, right? So $480,000 per year times 40 years. What is that? Times 1,000. That man has made $19 million. It was just him and his wife. Just him, his wife, and a VA. Literally. He hired us to learn how to price the services, how to get more bookkeeping clients consistently, then how to start building out a team so he doesn't do everything himself. Like, yes, and you might be saying, like, Bryce, why is he still pushing? Why is he still going? It's just because it's fun for him. He started when he was like, I think he's like when he was like in his like 2021, right? While he was like in college. Like, and he was just shooting out letters to people to talk about tax returns, right? It's just, yes. I mean, is this business model worth it? Yes, it definitely is. I mean, again, over a long enough time period, it's like, Bryce, can I make 20K tomorrow? No. But you can make $20 million over the next 10, 20, 30 years. Now, I understand some of you guys watch this might already be in your 50s. You might not have 40 years to kind of put in this game, but it's like, this is aspirational. It's what you can achieve if you put in the time, put in the work. And besides, in a lot of cases, it's not even about playing for ourselves after a certain age, right? It's about playing for your children. Let's say you take this business, you run it for about 10, maybe 15 more years, and as soon as your children are ready to go, you pass off to their children. So between you and your children, let's say that, okay, so you did 480 times, we'll say 10. Okay, so oops, you collected, got 4.8 M. Okay, give it to your kids, to kids. Now they run for 30 years. 480 times 30 times 1,000. Okay, so they got 14 million. That's a good inheritance. That's taking care of your children, their children, and moving forward. That's generational wealth, right? That's generational wealth right there. And it only took you a number, like probably like 2 to 3 years of sacrifice to do so. Like that to me was why I started my business. It was I just saw so many people and it was like I saw the trajectory where they're going. I saw, people having to work till they're like 65, 72 years old. I saw people, kind of I don't know, just being unhappy in their jobs, not being able to live the life they want, waiting till after they're retired to be able to go and like take vacations. But then at that point, they're so scared about like, will the money last? It's like it's hard to go and spend that money. So like for me, I was like, I don't like that. I don't want to subscribe to that for my life, right? So my goal was to be able to do whatever I wanted to do, when I wanted to do it, and like go with who I want to do it. Spend time with people, spend time with family. I wanted vacations slash travel, right? And I wanted really freedom. I think if I could put it down in like one word, it's really freedom. Like if you can get freedom, like you can spend time with your kids, you can watch them grow up, You can not just watch them grow up, but you can be there with them while they're growing up, and you guys can grow together. You can have the vacations to where you don't have to feel like you're cooped up in your house, in your city or in your state, right? And like you can do what you want to do, go where you want to go. Not really have to worry about like money. Not like sometimes I'll go with like a friend or just whatever if I'm like traveling with we have like dance teams and like sometimes you'll end up in like a random restaurant and like the bill's like $200 right there. It's like rather than like panicking like oh my gosh it's more money and I'm tend to be a pretty frugal person. In most cases I'm a frugal person, but in some cases like it's just like if I'm caught off guard I don't get a mini heart attack because of how much money it was. It's just okay, cool. So, it's just one of those things, just very, very simple. So I want that for you. Okay. This blueprint we've laid out today about really saving that $100,000 per year, that's what we do for our students. That's why our students come to us. That's why our success rate is so high because we use mathematics to know exactly How much work does it take to get a client? How many clients you need to reach your goals? Once you reach your goals, like what is next? Like how do you maintain that wealth, right? So you start not only getting that momentum from your business, but you start building that long-term wealth so that you can really start providing for your family, your grandkids' kids, everything in like the future, right? And I know like right now, like the future is kind of uncertain. It's a scary world we kind of live in, right? But you know, for the most part, protect yourself. This is what you do to protect yourself and make sure you have as many opportunities as possible to be successful and to have a long-lasting success. So whether you're watching this and you're 25, you're watching this and you're 55, right? We can help you. Now, if you want to see if I can help you specifically, right? Because I know if he can help, we have a very proven track record, but in some cases, there are some people I know I can help way better than other people. There's some people it's like, this might be a little bit of a slower process for you. I want to see if I can customize this thing for you, see if our mentorship program is a good help for you. So if that is you and you want to see if you're a good fit, go ahead and click the link inside the description above or below the video to book a call with myself to see if I can help you inside of a mentorship program. Okay. I want this for you. I want to make sure that you can go and like be as wealthy as you want and make sure you really know what you're doing. Okay. So if that's you, I'd love to see you on the call. And I'll talk to you soon. Have a good rest of your day. Take it easy.